Hi writers, so this is the second video in the Let's Write series about how to develop and write a short story with dimension and originality super quickly. And in part two, we're going to write the beginning, or I'm going to write the beginning of the story, and I'm going to give myself 12 minutes to do so. So let's review quickly what we established so far. So we established talking about, opposites. We have a priest and a prostitute. That should create some kind of tension or conflict, just the fact that we have such opposites here. And the random object that I chose was a letter. And the images that I'm working with are these here. These are from the beginning, so you can look through these. But in the interest of time, I'm just going to go ahead and get moving. But one thing I will do is try to get maybe to here. So when I think about, my beginning, middle, and end, I'm going to try to get there. So here are the images that, I talked about in the first video. And then I think it's really important to know the beginning, the middle, and end, especially what you want to have happen. So in the beginning, the prostitute's on the street, priest picks her up, asks for her specifically. These are the images that I saw to kind of get me going. And then in the end, the prostitute emerges better for having received the letter. And I also realized that I want the priest to emerges better in some way as well. I don't know how all this is going to work out, but let's just go ahead and get going. That's the main thing, is just to get going. So I'm going to start on a fresh sheet, but knowing where I want things to end up is really important to me. So I'm just going to go ahead and get writing. So we know she's on the street. So I'm going to think now, and I'm starting my 12 minutes now. So my question now is, what do I see, or if I'm her in this moment, what do I see, feel? And I'm feeling third person right now, so I'm going to say, here's my first line. The first thing, how about this? Instead of saying the first thing, I'm going to say, he didn't look like the other Johns. And I'm going to try to talk through as much as I can what I'm doing while I write. But I'm also just going to write at the same time. So, okay, he didn't look like the other Johns. And I'm just making up a name. Colleen squinted her eyes. And again, I know this is going to suck, but the point is to get it on paper, and then once it's down, I can correct it later. All right, let's rise from her vantage point. It appeared there was a collar around his neck. She grinned. I don't want to say she grinned. She snickered. Everybody was a sinner. Let's see. Read, she heard to her right. She snickered and paced, flipping her long wig to one side, but careful not to bounce too hard. Everybody was a sinner. Maybe this should go. She grinned. She snickered. Everybody was a sinner. Everybody was a sinner. Let's see. She patiently bounced too hard. Read, she heard to her right. Let's see. I'm going to give the pimp a crazy name. So I'm going to say his name is Michael Jackson. One word, just for fun. Michael Jackson jogged up to her. You're up, my sweet. His gold tooth glinted under the dark street. Ooh, him. And remember, all I'm trying to do is get to this point to where she's in the priest's office. That's all. That's the only place I'm trying to get. So however I get there, by any means necessary, I'm going to do it. All right. Get back to my clock. Okay. She jutted her chin toward the modest blue Hyundai. Say Honda. Blue Honda parked in front of her. Yeah, Michael Jackson said, priest. Fucking priest. Priest, She mumbled. Okay, on my way. She mumbled. Michael Jackson popped her hard on her. You're going with him, Red. Do him right. Wait, I gotta leave? Here? Yeah. Yeah. Paying extra and everything. So give him all you got. Could end up being a regular, you know? Is this dialogue good? I don't think so, but hey, whatever. Just getting to the point where she gets in the car and this is all I'm trying to get to. Get to the priest's office some kind of way. Colleen shrugged again. Whatever, Pop. Whatever, Michael Jackson. Am I going to keep this Michael Jackson thing? Probably not, but that's just what popped into my head, so whatever. Whatever, Michael Jackson. He popped her again. Harder this time. Try it again. She stuffed her hands in her pockets and trying to say fancy word for walked, but for now let's just say walked to the car. Michael Jackson popped her again harder this time, almost making her trip in her 5-inch stilettos. She gasped and he laughed. She finished walking. Slower now. And bent down. Pressing her considerable cleavage together, and pursing her lips too, because what the hell? Because what the hell? You ready to go, big boy? She crooned. The man in the car stared at her and swallowed. Yeah. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. She shouted with, oh, it sucks, but that's okay. Shouted with fake glee, whatever. I got 2.5 minutes left. She climbed. She sashayed around to the passenger seat and hopped in. Want some gum? She asked once she was settled in. No, thank you. No, thank you. No, thank you. The priest quietly, let's see, started the car, looking both ways before he pulled out, even though he was on a one-way street. Colleen snickered again. He probably liked to be peed on. Weird stuff. Okay, I got 1 minute left. Let's see, peed on. Weird stuff. Suit yourself, she mumbled. 10 minutes later, they pulled up to a large church. He opened the door for her. And she followed him through the doors. Okay, my time is up. I didn't quite get into the office, but we're pretty close. So that is my beginning, and I will continue during the next video to go to the middle.